it all came out of nowhere, right? Everybody's getting along, we were winning, Trump won, things were looking good, right? The tide was turning. Then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, people started attacking each other. Okay, now I'm gonna give my own theory plus a little bit of mix of X-Men and stuff like that. Now think about this. Like everybody's talking about, oh, he said that, she said that, he did this, he did that. But really, all it is, everything is just energy and thought. Okay, this is kind of my understanding of things. This is kind of the elite understanding of things. This is not even just my perspective. This is like Napoleon Hill, 1920s. He wrote, he studied the 500 richest people on earth at that time. Over a 25-year period, he concluded it's all about thought and thought frequency and telepathy and shit. So when I talk about telepathy, superpowers and all that stuff, this is Thomas Edison. This is what he said, like 120 years ago. Henry Ford didn't want this information getting out. Henry Ford trying to put a stop to Napoleon Hill's book, right? A Law of Success in 16 Lessons. It's alleged he bought all the copies. He edited it down and republished it as Think and Grow Rich, right? So Think and Grow Rich is a watered version of Law of Success in 16 Lessons. I've seen the original manuscript, Law of Success in 16 Lessons. There's missing components to it, missing pieces, missing books, everything in there, right? Storm, Alex Jones is kind of like a Professor Xavier. He's rallying the troops and he's bringing all the conservative minds and stuff like that. And then there's the bad side, which is like George Soros, and he's Magneto because he's moving the currency. He's good with the currency, moving money around, right? But the bad guys, they got their own mutants. So in the show, in the movie, you know, the comics and the movies are kind of different, right? But in the movie, there's a mutant called 143. And this guy is like kind of like a zombie. He's like a retard zombie, but he has psychic powers and he's just in a wheelchair. And they hook him up to this machine and he creates illusions in people's minds. So this is kind of my thinking. I'm not saying this happened, but this is something to keep in mind, right? When you got people with psychic powers, everything is energy. Everything is telepathic. And then why did all this chaos happen between the people, right? Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, everybody attacking everybody. Why? Think about this. Everything is energy. Telepathy can play a huge impact on our minds. This is what the elite think. This is not just me. This is the elite thinking this, right? This is what they do. This is why they go to these energetic portals on the different parts of the globe. Like the pyramids and shit, they all meet there and they do these rituals, Bermuda Triangle, and they put out the vibes, bad vibes. They make people think bad thoughts, and they project. They make people think like, oh, everything's hopeless, you're losing, you suck. All this shit, they're all doing it all the time, and then they reinforce it with the media. There's all kinds of different studies, 100th monkey syndrome. It proves this, that if we if we have a positive success-oriented outlook, we can spread this, right? Authoritarian governments, they fall really quick sometimes, right? It's all in the history. You just think about the history, look into it. Ask Rock about the history. How many times authoritarian governments, they fall in just like a week and they're done, right? But it's all about people's their mind coming together. 100th monkey syndrome. Okay, so like Myron Gaines, he's like Bishop kind of. He absorbs everybody's energy. Like he'd just be in a room with these women, they're just coming at him like a bunch of bitches, right? And he's just like, yeah, I taking it all, and it gives him power. He like the trolls come at Myron and talking smack, and he just boom, it gives him power, right? He gets fired up about this. In X-Men, there's a girl called Jean Grey, and she flips into Phoenix. She becomes really fucking dark, she's like kind of two-sided. And then there's Nick is like Cyclops, but the thing is, like, Cyclops, he has trouble with being close to people with the romance and shit like that, because his eyes are so powerful. They see everything, like bad things about people and shit. See the truth. Cuts through the deep state. But the thing is, if Cyclops, he take off his glasses, then he can hurt people with his eyes, right? Silver Fox, and she's a mutant, and if she touches you, then she can do tactile mind control. So there's all kinds of different things. I'm just giving my thoughts. There's a little bit of comic book shit. The Elite, they fucking hide things in the open, man. They make movies about the real shit, right? But then they label it fiction, you know? And then it can give them influence over people. It's all about mind. It's all about, everything is mind. This goes back, you know, in Hinduism they say that when tyranny comes, the Buddha will rise again. You know, he'll tell people about the mind, because in the dark side in the Star Wars, when the bad people have control of the energy, which is the thought, these are the blue bloods. This is what blue blood mean, is that they have the control of the physical, the foundation of the energy of the galaxy, right? The foundation of the galaxy is blue. This is what I'm telling you, man. And every person has vibratory access to this, whether they know it or not. And your thoughts constantly creating, your feelings creating, and whether you have control of this is another thing. Like fucking, you can know this concept, but you can still suck at a lot of stuff, right? Like I suck at a lot of stuff, but I gotta know this concept, right? So directing the force is a whole nother thing. It's right in Star Wars, man, right? Like Luke, he feels powerful. He's connected to the force, but then can he control it, right? And then this is it's all Skull and Bones. They're the ones running the U.S. government, CIA, Skull and Bones, and then they're connected to the Eastern Europe and alleged different groups, right? But that's why Trump, he's having a hard time, because the fucking CIA, they're just kind of saying, no, we're doing this, right? They're pushing the same bullshit, the war in Iran, and they don't have the banks there, you know, the Rothschild banks in Iran, they don't have one. Russia, they don't have one there. Anyways, that's it. Have a nice day.